This is what I say, so listen up, because I'm going to light up those ears. It doesn't matter if you have a penis or a vagina. It doesn't, men are no worse than women and vice versa. You know, you got Adam and Eve that are constantly fighting over each other, but at one time, they were one. It's just, you know, they both broke law. You know, they both came against God, and since then they've been hunking rocks at each other. You know, they fell, and then they sit there and blamed each other. They both point fingers at each other, said, well, your behaviors, your habits, your whatever, but they're both fucking fallen creatures, okay? Look, when Lucifer fell with the angels, it wasn't necessarily all Lucifer's fault. The angels, you know, looked upon him, they wanted him, so they followed his ways. Okay? Sure, Lucifer fell from heaven. But that doesn't mean it was all Lucifer's fault, because Lucifer had to have a support group, and if those angels doing as they were supposed to be doing, they would have said, you know, turned away from Lucifer to begin with, okay? They were supposed to be watching over him. They were supposed to be being for him, not feed into his bullshit, but they were supposed to be upholding law. They were supposed to be righteous. They were supposed to, you know, walk in the hearts of Christ, and they did not. And I say to those angels, you are nothing good. All you are is covered in human skins right now. You might be beautiful, and others might lust after you and want you. However, once those skins come off, you're ugly. You're creatures. You're not those beautiful angelic beings anymore. Since you've walked in this world and partaken of it, you are ugly creatures. That's what I say to all. Stop dividing yourselves in gender and country, you know, and color, because none of y'all are fucking good. It's time to get over yourself. Everyone that is in this world must stand independently and recognize that they are a wretched creature in a cursed fucking world, and there's a reason why. Your father represents you. Your mother represents you. And, because they are part of you. That's just the truth of it. And each mother and father that we're given in this world represents the true father and the true mother. If your father died early in your life, that means so did the true law. If your mother, you know, died in your life, that means that you don't walk with the heart of Christ, love. Because that's what the mother and the father both had to come together as one in order for you to be born. So if your mother died, or your father is estranged, or your father died and your mother is estranged, there's a reason for that. You know, and as we walk in this world, we suffer, we hurt, you know, we feel that pain in heart, we feel that rejection, but that's not coming from the true mother and father. That's coming from us because we are fallen. When I first came into this world, you know, my true, you know, my mom, or the, you know, who, you know, the one that plays that role, hid me from my father. And so, you know, and it's just carried, each sin is carried on from generations, so it's solving the puzzle. So my mother was estranged from the true father, okay? You know, he beat her down because she was not going by law. In this world, it just represents abuse. It's all our own manifestations of our own true actions, habits, whatever. So you must wake up and stop pointing fingers at others and look to yourself. You don't have to condemn or judge yourself. You just have to look within and why that foundation, mother, father, is broken to begin with. Okay, and why they don't support you. Some are supported by the mother and father, and later on, of course, their mother and father receive the death, you know, because as they walk in this world. You know, from what I know is that my true father, you know, left in a ship. You know, that's what I was given. He literally abandoned me, okay? You know, there was you know, and my mother hid me away. So I'm not for sure what the whole truth is. However, when it comes to law, I embrace that. When it comes to justice, wisdom, I embrace all that, and I don't go the path of my mother. And however, my mother, when I was, she was for me until I reached a certain age, and then she rejected me because she, went, she received, my stepdad is, his name is Lawrence, but he's false law. He's angry. So I'm trying to put together why I'm in this world. It's all a puzzle. Do not let man and their kind's understanding be your understanding, but open your eyes, ears, mouth, heart, body, spirit, soul up to receive the message of Christ, which is a message of love. It's not about religion, okay? It's about receiving the message of love so you can grow past this broken ass world and come out of it. And that's what I say to all is, I will do whatever it takes except for go against my heart of Christ. I'm going to be me. I might dance around, but I'm not drawing lust into, because I'm not painted up. I'm not being anything I am, going against who I am. I'm not putting on a false face. But I say to those out there, stop blaming men, stop blaming women because you've had bad encounters with them, because it all has to do with the being within and how you interact with them. That's why I stopped interacting with men and stopped, going to them, because I got tired of giving myself away and walking that way. I was not walking in love. Even though I wanted love and I wanted things a certain way, that doesn't mean my way is right. And that's what both of all genders, I don't care what gender you identify, they need to realize it's not about what gender you seek, it's about your own heart. Because you will receive your own demons, your own devils. And, once you put all that away, you won't receive them anymore, because you won't be walking that path. So before you cry against men or women, you need to look at your own heart and say why you seek those relationships. I want love. That's why I put men away, because I'm attracted to men, but I want love. I don't want just a man. And I'm not attracted to women that way. And, so I had to put it away. And both men and women represent, the true mother and father. And you got to understand why you have attraction to that, or why you want to go, fuck that. Because in honesty, that's what everybody's doing, is fucking each other. Because if they had love for each other, they wouldn't be demanding in a relationship. They wouldn't put stereotypes. They wouldn't put people in roles. They would just love one another as they are. I want love to walk beside me, so I am growing myself. Okay, and I'm throwing away roles. I don't expect a man to come and be as other men in the world. I just want somebody to build, grow with me. If I'm not willing to do it, then I don't expect the person I love to do it. If I can't, but I do know that all have their strength and weaknesses. That's why it says through sickness and health, for better or worse, is that we both have our strengths and weaknesses, and we're supposed to love that person no matter what. That doesn't mean we let them bring us down. If they have habits and behaviors and stuff like that, that's literally killing us. You got to put them away. That doesn't mean you stop loving them. It's just you got to put them away in order to grow. But that doesn't mean you go and marry somebody else or choose somebody else. My marriage, my marriages, I've had many, but in man's understanding of marriage, I've only had 2. However, every time you become one with someone, you're joining in a marriage. So honestly, we're all one big marriage in this world, because everybody is sleeping with everybody else. And y'all need to realize that too. You're already married. You've already, screwed someone that screwed someone that screwed someone that screwed someone. So basically, we're all married. Woohoo! It's just separating yourself from that marriage and coming out of it and going, no, I walk with the heart of Christ. I don't want to partake in, that bullshit anymore. And then you go through your tribulation and then you grow up and you put those behaviors aside. So if you're still going out and screwing others, and having relationships and fitting roles and, dividing the genders when there's no division, the only division is in the head, and it's with the, the body parts. That's it. That's the only division. And that's all it is. That's the only division is, what is the physical form. However, when it comes to the spiritual form, the soul form, there is no division in it. Because you rip the skin off and you look at the creature inside, they're all acting like each other. It doesn't matter if they're male or female. It's just why they're in the flesh. That's how they breed and multiply. Bam! So don't stereotype genders. Because there's no point to it. I grew out of that. I had to walk out of that because I used to stereotype both men and women. Now I realize I'm not biased, and I realize there is no difference in the beings that walk in this world except for the physical body. Just like the color of skin, it's just physical, but underneath it all, once you unzip that, they're a whole different being. This is just a fucking cover. Don't look at it in any way. And basically what we are is covered in flesh to keep the system of the beast going, to be servants and slaves to it. And when you feed into that bias mentality, you are damned until you put those clothes away. In this world, you are blind, deaf, and dumb until you as an independent decide to grow in mind, body, heart, spirit, to grow in soul, and seek wisdom, clarity, knowledge for yourself. So, and I know a lot have, you have to heal from, the mother and the father. And basically all need to realize that they are orphaned in this world until you open up your heart of Christ, welcome in love, welcome the true mother and father, which is law, wisdom, the fruits of the spirit, respect. The world itself is our mother and our father. So until you learn how to gain respect from the world and not be demanding and actually, stop trespassing, stop being a glutton, stop being greedy, work with what you got, be thankful for what you got, be grateful, until you learn how to do all that and stop pointing blame and expecting people to fit certain roles in your life, you're not going to grow. That's just like my daughter. She, expected me to fit certain roles. When I couldn't live up to her standards, she put me away. And that's okay. She's growing. I love her anyways. However, I have those that say she'll come back to me when she basically has a child and needs a babysitter. And I was like, no. I'm not doing that. I'll love my grandchild and everything, but I am not going to play any more roles anymore in this world at all. I'm not going to play the wife role. I'm not going to play the girlfriend role. I'm not going to play roles. They either love me and want to, surround me in love or not, because I don't want to play their roles. I don't want to be that grandma that watches her kids or grandkids while they go and fucking work in the system of the beast. No, I don't support that. However, I'm more than happy to welcome in my daughter and son in love and my grandchildren if they want to, surround me and help me grow and stuff like that. If they want to sit there and walk with the heart of Christ and put away the system of the beast, and so be it. However, I'm not going to babysit while they fucking run off into the world. That's not what I will do. It's called a change of mind, a change of heart, it's going through a change. And when you're ready to grow, then you put away the fucking clothes of the world. You stop trying to have those relationships, you know, to both men and women. You stop trying to get your genitals tickled. You stop being Gentiles, and you come out of that. It doesn't matter what you say to me or what you say to yourself. You have to come out of it. It has to be through actions. And that is, you know, I'm just here until I'm not. However, I'm more than happy to be a light and help others. I like helping others, you know. But I'm not a puppet on a string. I'm not here to put on a show, you know. And, you know, I should receive and love however I don't. The authorities of this world don't want to recognize me. You know, those that come to me and, you know, they're demanding. You know, they're saying, well, you must do this, this, and this in order to receive rain and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. However, since they are not of the heart of Christ and they're demanding of me and not loving, and they don't greet me as a sister and try to keep me and be for me, then so will they lose their crowns and power. You know, I shouldn't have to dance around in order to receive the rain. You know, I shouldn't have to, because I deliver my messages as I receive them, and with no problem. I'm more than happy to share, because it's, you know, I carry the heart of Christ. I share in love. I want others to grow. You know, I'm not demanding. I'm not going, well, you got to do this and this and this before I share my message. You got to buy my CD. You got to put me on TV. You got to do blah, blah, blah. No, as I receive it, it comes out. There is no holding back. I don't hold back my light, my love. I don't hold back the knowledge. I don't hold back my wisdom. I don't hide, you know, the things that I have done in the past. I don't pretend to be something I'm not in the present. And that's what I say to all. I was like, you know, either way, you will become servants of the world that you take from. If you choose to throw away your crowns, you know, by being biased or demanding or, you know, entitled, and so shall you lose them. I'm not interested in losing my crown, but grow it every day. And that's the truth of them. I don't go to others and expect them to put on a show for me. If they, you know, if there's a show going on and they're gladly doing it and, you know, freely giving of that, yay! You know, however, I don't demand entertainment. So, this is to those that put themselves on a shelf and expect, you know, the dancing and around and, you know, people to act like a puppet and, you know, whatever. Enjoy your life, because your name's not written in the book of life. You're not getting another one. Your crowns, once you come out of your skins, you're going to realize and you're going to gnash your teeth because you threw away all that is good to seek evil. Bam, bam, let me dance around, let me shake my ass, woohoo.